note that today's youth, they are looking beyond conforming to the fields like medicine, law, engineering, and accounting, and focusing on innovation and entrepreneurship. The first step, what I would like to tell you all today, is the first step to make progress and see Africa grow would be to focus on education. And why education? Because education basically means empowerment. How can empowerment help us? Let me explain. By implementing a societal awareness on the importance of human rights, including gender inequality because of socio-cultural factors, educational, economic, and political institution issues, we are able to ensure that progress is made as the nation grows. Africa is rich in diversity and natural resources and heritage. By encouraging greater private and international investments, we can harness the immense potential of a nation's people and resources. It will also help in creating economic diversification, leading to excellent health, educational, and economic development. The first step to bring about this change in any nation is by considering the field of education as an area or a strategy for development to take place. As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Education aimed at teaching the mind to reason aptly, think and dream big is critical and to be encouraged. Empowering Africa's youth for the digital economy and the future of work will see the emergence of a robust and economically and socially empowered Africa. Why empowerment? The empowerment of a nation through education will bring in a lot of key changes. Let us start with them. The most important impact of this will be in controlling the liberties and the exploitation impact taken by the ruling elites on the use of nations' resources. By equalizing the negotiation power, resources sharing will lead to possible equalized, leading to reduction in poverty. Educating the people will also lead to a better, more prosperous future due to people getting better equipped for jobs and leading better lives. Education can lead to the power to eradicate poverty, be in the hands of those who understand the effects of hunger and deprivation. So the key thing we need to remember here is how are we able to incorporate people into the framework of making decisions? Are we involving people from every key area of the society? Or is it just a few who get this opportunity? So this is something we need to kind of focus on for the progress of the nation or the progress of Africa. Empowerment through education can lead to society also helping each other than their own. Because once their poverty problems are resolved, they will see that the issue of poverty and any other societal problem is as much their own issue as what others are experiencing. Empowerment can also happen with a joint contribution of private and public institutions. When we consider poverty, it is an enormous complex problem which requires tremendous support from everyone in society. And that is something we need to consider whenever we are looking at tackling problems that society faces, problems that prevent society from making the progress it needs to. Another area that empowerment can create, enabling society to move forward, is that through education, the issues of helping marginalized people or groups in society, such as women, persons with disabilities, the elderly people, the governance issues, by challenging the adequacy of the policies which are currently dealt with in order to tackle the problems that the marginalized groups are facing, would be dealt better when there is better education given and better education enjoyed by the society. Empowerment can make people powerful, able, and active to participate. And there is no greater tool than education today. By allowing people from all walks of life in decision-making progress, through, of course, building them, enabling them to become more empowered through education, the people affected the most can make valuable input into what is needed urgently. Empowerment is a recognition that we can also do, or we can bring about through education, by making not just a difference in our own life, as I mentioned earlier, but also in the lives of other people. By building on and creating a network and connection with both government institutions and private sector and international organizations, we are definitely able to bring about the change that we wish to. I think today more than ever before, some of the fundamental steps that we need to take lies completely in the hands of the youth. Now, I understand that there are many, many problems that society is facing, that Africa is facing, that each of you would be facing. But together, with the determination to bring about the change, it would be possible. And when we look at poverty as a problem, poverty means inequality in resources, opportunities, and services. Empowerment through education can not only tackle poverty, but also tackle the issues of inequality, the distribution of power and wealth. So for those of you who do have queries regarding what I am discussing here, and you have further queries about what I am saying, please do not hesitate to send me an email, which I'm sure the organizers would be happy to send you, and you are welcome to get back to me. And one of the other steps that through education the impact can arise is it would boost local and national economy. It would reduce crime, definitely, and violence, and the security that Africa and the countries in Africa will start enjoying will also bring in investments locally and nationally. It would also bring about boosting tourism. It's a beautiful continent, and I'm sure there would be a lot of tourists who would love to come and see the beautiful land that you reside in. It would also provide voice and incentive to the poor whose voices are currently not heard. It would create awareness, a sense of responsibility to people to stay in touch with each other and also empower each other. The sustainable livelihood of people can lead to a better standard of living as well. I think what I would like to reiterate here time and time again is the importance of education. And I would strongly recommend that today's youth, with the support of like-minded individuals in society, institutions, they begin the progress that will lead the nation to success and growth and development. So to answer the question that one of you may have regarding what can each person do or what can the youth do? So if you are looking at it from an individual perspective, I would say the first step is to be a keen volunteer. Yes, you heard me. Be a keen volunteer and help out as much as possible to see the change that you wish to bring in. So there would be various societies, social welfare organizations that would be requiring your help. Make sure that you are there for them. Gather your friends. Make sure that you have a large enough group that can respond to support and help when required. The second thing is to develop and learn. Develop your skills. In fact, what I, as a personal development trainer, would always recommend is the first step to development is to build up your personal development skills and then move on to the professional skills. So bring in the discipline that you wish to cultivate. Bring in the understanding of yourself and understanding of the people around you. Learn to be more observant. Find out in what way are you able to understand people and attend to their requirements as much as possible. But the third thing would also be to encourage, purchase local produce and support local businesses. I think especially with the kind of influx of technology that we are surrounded by, we are a lot more aware about what other countries are offering in terms of their products, in terms of their services. But I would like each of you to just think once that how is it possible to directly encourage and build up the economy of the land that you're a part of? The first step, I think, in terms of encouraging the people would be to support them by buying what they produce and by also encouraging their businesses. And the fourth thing is something which may not be very directly, I would say, directly in touch with emancipation or empowerment of the land, but it is a key factor to see progress from the individual perspective, which can then move on to a societal perspective, being proud of who you are. Now, we all have flaws. We all have areas that require improvement. However, to be able to feel happy about what you do, who you are, and the background you come from is very, very important. I say it's extremely important because it's a reflection of what you are. And hence, I would definitely strongly recommend that each of you take pride in who you are, what you are, and the work that you do. No matter whatever work you do, it's important that you take pride in what you do. And of course, being more friendly to people, that's also very important. Because many a time, a lot of the social biases that comes into society and act as barriers for progress, it's often created by our own doubts, by our own beliefs and desires to mistrust people on what we have heard about them. Keep your mind open so that you are able to help, you're able to interact and work more effectively with each other. Try to see how are you able to overcome the differences you may have with people and work as a team for the common purpose of building your nation. The next step would be to be positive and also share skills. Each of you would be having different skills, different inherent potential and talents. How are you able to work together? I would like each of you to think a little bit more about that, because by interacting and by also collaborating, there is much that we are able to do, not just for the nation, not just for groups or institutions, but even for your own development. And of course, last but not least, I think the main thing that would occur, that would help in making sure that you are empowered as much as the nation, is by being the change that you want to see around you. Now, how is that possible? Start thinking of how you would like to lead your life. How would you like to be treated? How would you like to associate with people? How would you like to encourage people? Start being an ambassador of change. And to be an ambassador of change, it's very crucial that you are aware about your shortcomings as much as your strengths. And this would definitely enable you to bring in the difference and make the change that you wish to. As former US President Barack Obama, in the 2018 Nelson Mandela Annual Lecture, which was held in South Africa, said, keep believing, keep marching, keep building, keep raising your voice. Every generation has the opportunity to remake the world.